Wow.
A lot of people talk, but not all of them play.
Oh, sure, sure, sure. Yeah, I got like four online right now, and not one of them is Destiny. But there's usually not more than like eight or so, anyways. So there is that.
I know our total on PlayStation on the Twitch shows you 300 people, but that's not correct. And then
Right.
for Shaz shows you 188, but that's also not correct. Like we had a really huge number, but they slowly decided to drop out.
Oh.
Dude, I saw in the overlay you used on your stream. How did you hit it? Do you hit it yourself?
Yeah, I do all my work. I mean, some of my overlays I take. You know, you just go to Google and like free overlays, whatever. But I have Photoshop, so I mean I do a lot of my own work also. I'm just not as good. So I take a lot of designs, and I'll give credit if they ask for it. But a lot of them are just free ones that are put out there to be
Yeah, I
used
saw
for that
yours.
reason.
I saw the one you were using. Okay, I'm gonna ask you, do you mind or can you do something for me, like the same color as yours? It's pretty cool.
Sure, I can. Do you have Photoshop?
No.
Okay, so
I use
I can
Windows.
I can make one if you want me to change the names and everything. I make one for you. I don't care.
Yeah, it's the same exactly as yours. I just want the small minor edits. Like for example, I don't want my face cam to be where you have that.
You don't want your what?
Like the face cam overlay, I don't want it to be the same place as
Oh,
yours.
that's. Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, here's what I can do. I can do it two different ways. One, I can design mine, but for you, and give you the whole thing, or I can leave it blank and I can kind of take it apart a bit, so you can move the stuff around as you see fit. And but if I leave it
I
blank,
don't know how to do that.
it's really easy and straightforward. Like I can give you a quick lesson in it, like not teach you it. That's I'm not going to bother with that because I mean I can, but that's not something I want to do right this very second as I'm cooking dinner for my kids. But I can give you a really quick super lesson in using. Do you use OBS or do you use Elgato software?
OBS. I
Okay.
use OBS.
Are you using
I know how to use
Studio or the
OBS.
old one?
No. OBS, I know how to use it. Do you want? Are you gonna give it separated to me?
That's what I can
If you
do.
could give me, yeah,
Mm?
yeah, okay. If you do that, but with the texts, my texts, right? Because I don't know how to do the text
Right.
for
That's
Photoshop.
right. Since you're not using Photoshop, that's why I was saying I can give you the actual graphic files without the text, and you can insert your own text files if you want.
No. If you can give me the same text you're using and everything,
Uh huh.
but just give me the one of the subtitles on the ones that are skip it, and I'll adjust the position
Well,
the way it's supposed to.
the text like where it says Pocket Lint, for Twitter, for YouTube, for Twitch,
Yes.
those three are permanent. They're in it. I can take them out in Photoshop. That's not a problem. But they're not separate files. It's part of the overlay because I use Photoshop, so therefore I made one big graphic file. The one where it says follower road and the free month sub raffle on the bottom right is blank for that reason. So whatever I want to put, I can put in there blank. The Elgato Gaming Steel Series and Patreon is permanent. But again, I can take those out because I built it all. The newest
Let
follower,
me tell you what I would do for you.
okay,
The newest follower, keep it because I'm gonna use the Twitch alerts.
that's separate. The newest follower is separate.
Yeah, right.
That's using the Twitch alerts Twitch panels.
I know that.
Okay,
I
okay.
know that. Right. So, like, instead of your YouTube, I want my YouTube. That could be done,
Yeah.
right? And instead of your Twitter, my Twitter. The newest followers, they want to say the same. Why does it say the newest followers? I thought that was the original one. Newest
No.
follower, then under it, it will be from Twitch alerts. So that's cool. I can have
Both
that.
of them are. The newest follower is the Twitch panels, and that's what it is. Do you use Twitch panels?
I think so. I use Twitch alerts.
Well, if you go to twitchalerts.com and you click on the dashboard, On the left, there's a whole long list of things you can use, right? One of them is Twitch
Yeah, I
panels.
wish I had that.
Twitch
I
panels,
download
yeah, Twitch panels
it
means,
comes up next.
yeah, it all updates yourself and all that. It's a Chrome
Yeah,
Store app.
I have that.
Okay, okay.
I have it. But I want it must follow with the text itself. Is it printed already or no?
No, it's blank. It's programming code. So whatever it would be for you would pop up for you. That's the way
So
the
can you keep?
that's the way the Twitch
Yeah,
panels work.
I know the name would be different,
Uh huh.
but I mean the words US 12 are those two words. Aren't they permanent?
No, not in those words because that's my own modification from Twitch panels. When you download Twitch panels, you're given all these different files,
Yes.
and you type
But
whatever
can
it
you
is
do
you
that?
want. No.
But text means the problem is the text
Oh,
means.
the font itself. The font is generic. It's Harrington. So if you go in and you change the font yourself, it should be innate with Windows. So it's Harrington.
So you did not get anything from outside. You did not download
No,
it.
no, 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 no. This one is just Harrington. I went through the list that was there by default, and I decided on Harrington.
Okay. So for the Twitch panel, you can change it into mine, or am I the only one who can change it?
I can do either or. That's what I was saying before. Is I can make it blank if you want to do your own, or I can go into Paint Shop and I can make a copy of this one, but with your name, and I can take out the the promo stuff at the bottom. It's not really, it's not well, the vendors. I guess that's the easiest way to do it because they're not sponsors; they're just vendors.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not keeping them. I'm just gonna add one, which is gonna be games. That's it.
Okay. Let me explain a different way. Are you watching my stream right now?
Yes.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna uncheck my overlay, meaning one single file, right?
Right now.
Yep. I just turned off my overlay. So everything you see on it now is independent. It's like the better mic and cam, the follower road, and the newest follower are from Twitch panels.
I'm still waiting.
Okay, yeah, just let me know when you're done.
One more check. You're in orbit, right?
I am in orbit. I am in orbit right now.
Alright, so everything instead of using follower across the better mic and cam and followers
Yes,
we can see it.
yes. What I did was I just turned off my overlay. So everything you don't see that you saw before is one file that I did in Paint Shop Pro. So
But
when I
can
click,
you separate them?
yeah, yeah, most definitely.
Okay, so everything that's there, you can delete them, right? The ones that
Yeah,
you can delete them.
yeah. I made all this myself. I took a totally different template and edited it to be what it is now in Paint Shop Pro.
Can you put it back on?
It's on now. So like this file is a
Yeah.
PNG file named overlay blue because I have like four different overlays.
Yeah, I see. You do?
Uh huh.
Are they better looking or?
Well, I have a green one on now if you want to refresh. I'll do each and every single independent one for you.
Well, it keeps buffering and there's too much lag between me now I know. Are they all the same
Uh uh.
design but different colors?
Nope. I can change colors. Sure. I can definitely change colors. Any color spectrum you want. Because that's an easy,
I want
easy, easy thing.
I want to see if they were all the same colors. I see the green one now. Um, the green one looks not bad. It's quite simple.
Yeah. I just like glow effect on it and stuff and the contrast with
Yeah,
green.
I have mine as well.
Oh, wait. Why is this
What's
one?
yours there?
I turn it's on, but for some reason, oh no, no, it's there, it's there, it's there. This is the really simple, basic one. This one I have on now, I did not make. This one's not custom at all. It's from STREXM, which is a cloud. So you basically make a free account. You can buy overlays if you want, or you can use free ones, and this is a free one.
Like me now, or
No, 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 no. I'm on a new one now. I'm on a new one now.
I'm still on the one now.
Yeah. This one you can't. You can add to it, but you can't. You can't move things around. Like the actual graphics are from a cloud that gets uploaded to it.
It's
It-
not really good anyways.
Yeah, it's very simplistic. That's one reason why I like it. I like it because it has the animated followers, like it does recent followers, and it does like the last four of them or three of them, type of deal, and it animates them, as you can see at the bottom. It's just it has totally different elements that I liked as a simplistic view, and then now I have a totally new one on now, and this one was the same thing as like the blue one. It's not the same one, but it's a basic template I took and then I edited it myself and moved things around and changed different things around.
Need help.
Okay, 1 second,
Mom was
sweetheart.
trying to help me sign in, but it's not
Oh.
working. Mom is letting me only to like winning, and that's all I'm gonna do. That's a promise. What's for
Which is
dinner?
what works well good. I'm gonna be streaming
Chicken
tomorrow
sandwiches.
night. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's decent. I like it. I like the color scheme, but obviously the blue one just
I still
became my
prefer,
favorite.
I still prefer the first to the second.
Yeah, I'm back on the blue one.
How long would it take you to go out of this though?
Um, I'm not sure. As long as it takes, I guess. Not like days or anything. 5 minutes, 15, 20 maybe.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Can see the blue one again for me?
It's
Are
on.
you
It's on.
streaming right now?
Yeah, I know, but
So people can see me.
Oh, you got that Saudi. You got that Saudi internet working against you.
Ugh. It's
nah.
that bad.
I'm just talking about the distance. Yeah, I'm just talking about the distance.
Are you talking to me?
This is what it's gonna worry me. Like if I'm streaming on OBS, I have my server settings set to UK because it holds to it.
Sure.
So I'm worried about the people from the US when they watch, they're gonna be buffering your router.
Oh.
Come on,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Twitch. I just hope that like when I actually want to stream, nothing goes wrong because I'm gonna be remote linked to
Apparently.
the PC, and then from the
Yeah.
PC I will be streaming.
Yeah, I saw you doing that earlier.
Oh, you were there.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So, you're gonna keep the camera overlay by itself.
Yeah, I'll split it. I can split that out.
All right. And the top ones and the bottom ones, can you split them out
Oh,
also?
separately?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want it separately so
yeah.
I can put them as much as
I'll
I.
I won't do your name. I'll just make a blank template out of it for you because the text files are really simple and easy to do. So that way I'll give you the oh password didn't
Can
match.
you keep the icons
Where's
though?
my
Can you keep
case?
the Twitch icon, the
Yep,
YouTube icon, the
yep,
Twitter icon?
yeah, definitely.
Alright. I'm just worried about one thing, that my Twitch stream and YouTube are so long that I think if I put them on YouTube and put them on the Twitch thing, it would not fit.
So you can totally resize it. You can also
I know, but it's gonna be so small, people won't really
what
notice.
what about if I centered the icons at the top of the panel and then you did your name underneath it? Would that help? Would that be possible?
Maybe, maybe. I mean, have more space.
Yeah.
Would be better than as it is right now.
Right.
I think that would work.
Yeah, sure. It's on now.
Oh, that's cool.
Have you seen the new Watch Dogs?
I did. I missed the stream, but I watched the uh,
Yeah, I did
the
too.
archive.
I got a summary from the guys. Hopefully, sniping can be a bit harder.
Yes, they're taking out they're expanding the zoom. So like short gaze isn't going to be 4.5. It's
Do you
probably
have
going to be
a
like 7.
password card?
Do you know
Right
that?
now? Yeah.
And
What is it?
revives
800.
That's what I just tried. It didn't work.
Again?
You go ahead. Yeah, it's going to be different. The the Mida is getting a minor nerf. Some of the other guns are getting minor buffs. I'm okay with the trials changes. I'm surprised that they did not nerf the 1,000 yard stare so it can't res snipe. I
No,
was
they can't do that.
Yeah, they can tone down the damage just a touch. Sure they can.
No, it has to res snipe because res sniping is not easy. I mean,
Hmm.
if you wanna turn down the res snipe, then it's gonna affect the
Right,
PvE.
but okay,
If you wanna
the
do that on 1,000 yard, hold on, let me
mhm,
tell my people.
okay.
If you wanna nerf the
Is there any
1,000 yard, then
numbers
people still play with
activated
their stealth
on
piercer. Okay, you're
your
gonna nerf the
password?
stealth piercer, then people play with their black
Like
spindle.
the
Okay, you
secret
still
double?
nerf the black spindle, although it's a main
Dead.
PvP. So you're
Dead.
nerfing the whole game just for Crucible. So they can't tone the damages.
Are there any numbers at
The
their
only
secret
thing they
double?
could have done was not nerf, but buff the HA boost. Because people didn't get
Well,
smart with that.
the difference with that is their contention is for Crucible that they want a lot more variety in order to have your independence still, with still having the same kind of archetype sniper rifles. So when you have stuff like the Herald Defiance, which is still damage comparable to 1,000 yard stare, and even still performance comparable to guns like the Black Spindle, but yet they can't res snipe. You have an inherent flaw with Crucible with PvP with the mechanics of resing and not being able to avoid it except for having to abuse mechanics like with pushing and stuff because the pushing is not self player controlled, it's other player controlled, which can technically be construed as griefing because it's out of your control. You don't have a way to do it. Now, it's not something anyone's ever going to report in regards to griefing, but that's what it is. So the inherent issue is you have guns that can do just as much damage, meaning one shot kill for PvE or PvP. I'm sorry, because the like what you're saying, which makes total sense, is no Guardian's going to have over 400 hit points. Not yet, anyways. Not in the near foreseeable future. So 420 points versus 380 is immaterial for Crucible, but it's definitely relevant in regards to PvE. Fair enough. So what you do is you still tone down the damage in regards to the one for one when you compare PvP and PvE. So PvE is not affected, but PvP would be.
He can't do that. He can't
Sure,
affect
yes, you can.
linear.
You most definitely can. They even said that in the stream that they could. They specifically said they could do that in the stream. They specifically said they try to keep it as close to one for one as possible. But if you sit there and take your black spindle, we'll take the highest damage hitting gun. We take the black spindle and you shoot Golgoroth in the belly. You can do 175,000 points of damage, or how much it?
Whatever.
Yeah, 135. I'm sorry, 135,000 points damage. You shoot someone in a headshot in Crucible, you're doing over just 400. So there's definitely a ratio you can tweak on one side and not the other. That's still possible.
And um,
You can change the damage ratio because you're already doing 400 points damage, and Guardians can't get over 200 or like 210 or whatever it is. So, I mean, you could still keep it one shot kill, but what you could do is you could take away the ability to res snipe because you can change that invulnerability shield to be different. You can add a hit
there's
point.
nothing wrong with res snipe. There's nothing wrong with
Yes,
res
there
snipe
is.
nerfing.
The only one problem with it is not your ability to res snipe me. It's my ability to avoid being res sniped by you. Do you see what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you res sniping somebody. Nothing wrong with that at all. I totally agree. There is something wrong with me being able to try to avoid that, which I can't. I should be able to avoid that. I shouldn't be I shouldn't be forced to be standing up when I get rezzed and not have the uncontrollable uh, lack of movement, lack of control when my buddy next to me can push me over to the side. That's where the flaw is. You know, if you're on my team and I'm dead and you res me, how come you can push me over but I can't move? That's where the flaw is. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I understand completely, but it shouldn't be there. There should be nothing in this game that can keep me from controlling myself because there's nothing else that does. PvE or PvP. There's no mind control function. There's no snare function. Or there's suppress, you know, and smoke and stuff like that. But that is not the same because it doesn't make you stop. It just makes you slow down. So in that regard, if you're going to be animated in a res, you shouldn't have to pop up on your feet because nothing else does that. The way that animation does is only specifically to being resed. And there's only few guns that can res snipe, and there's so many other guns that are still damage comparable to those guns. What I would do is I would take a look at the balance factor of what my design would want to be. Would I prefer to have those one specific guns only being able to be one trick ponies in that regard? Or would I look at the mechanic of how they're being used? Like for instance, they they're taking away that whole special ammo thing that they just added in recently. They're taking that back out. They're making you start with special ammo again, right? They understand that they did it wrong because of other guns, because of icebreaker, invective, sidearms. Those are all being changed. So they're doing both. One, they're taking out the special ammo feature that they added in. They're unwinding that, and two, they're removing the ability to modify your ammo from other weapons. So they're doing both, right? They're making adjustments. Why? Because that's an unfair advantage. That's against their design. Res sniping can have the same parameters. So when you look at that, you can decide on what direction you want things to go. If you want it to be an uncontrollable feature, then you're going to start seeing perks and abilities that will be like more of like a mind control or a freeze or a snare or something like that, like other games have in the future, because that's the design it's going to be. But res sniping is such a one-trick pony right now that it's the diamond in the rough. It's something totally different. In order to beat that, you have to have somebody else commit out of shooting somebody to move you against your will. Because even if I don't want you to, I can't control it. Because only people on a fire team can bump into somebody.
Your daughter's in trouble.
Not, well, not like an open world. Do you know what I'm saying? Collision is different. Right. That's my point. And the reason why you can't is because of griefing. You can't block anybody indoors. You can't, you can only shove people off a cliff if they're in your fire team or if it's PvP. Because you can't do that to just anybody in open world. They have to be on your team. So there is a mechanic in place. Is my point that collision is regulated.
Hey Dad, what's your phone number? What was the phone number you sent me? I'm trying to do the forgot the password thing. Okay, hold on. No, the 807.